Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. I'm happy to be with you again. It's the end of another week. Man, time just moving along. As a guy said in the store this morning, pretty soon it's going to be Thanksgiving. I said, yeah, and then Christmas. And he goes, wow, yeah, you're right. Time just moves along. And it's always like that. It's just maybe we don't notice. Certainly, this last year has been a difficult one for many people and for many communities and for our country as a whole. But it's also been a good year because it's been a chance to see God at work in the midst of difficulties. So today I want to finish up my week of looking at the letter of James. So happens with 5 chapters, I get 5 chances. And so today I come to the 5th chapter, the last one, and looking at verses 13 and 14 and part of 15. So let's see what James says here. Are any of you suffering hardships? Boy, does that hit it on the head. Now, I know a lot of people are thriving, but not everybody is. Are any of you suffering hardships? You should pray. Are any of you happy? You should sing praises. Are any of you sick? You should call for the elders of the church to come and pray over you, anointing you with oil in the name of the Lord. Such a prayer offered in faith will heal the sick, and the Lord will make you well. Well, let's stop there a minute. Let's take a look at this. Are any of you suffering? Now, it doesn't say what your suffering has to be. Could be something big, it could be something little, could be something that happens all the time, could be a one-time event. Who knows? The world is full of opportunities to suffer. It's just the old statement, life isn't fair, is really true. Life isn't fair. And there are hardships. And you've had some, and I've had some, and maybe I've had more than you, and maybe you've had more than me. But what do we do in the midst of those? Well, James says, you should pray. Wow, that's a thought. And what is prayer? As I've said in times past, prayer is simply talking to God. And here James is saying, if you have problems, talk to God about it. And he's going to do something. Now, he might change you instead of the circumstance. And he might change the circumstance. He might change both of you. And he might do what seems to be nothing because something else more important yet has to happen. I don't see the future. Only God does. And so it says, if you're having any hardships, pray. And it says, are any of you happy? Then you should give praise. Now, I know some of you aren't happy. Many people go through life without experiencing joy, except an occasional opportunity for it, but never experience the real joy that comes from knowing that you're in the arms of God, whatever happens. So it says, if you're happy, then give praise. Tell people. You know, others need to know it. If you're happy, it might be they want to know why you're happy, and that gives you a chance to tell them. And if you've been through a lot and they know it, but now you're happy and they're going through a lot, it gives them an opportunity to believe that they too could be happy. You see, this relationship with God is totally overarching. It covers everything. Not just you, but the people around you, the people you interact with, the people you don't even know who come in contact with you. So, if you're having troubles, Don't whine about it. That won't do any good. Pray about it. Talk to God about it. Maybe talk to fellow Christians. Let them pray too. Maybe talk to someone else who ultimately might be able to help you out. I don't know. But don't complain about it. Just recognize, hey, this is a tough time, but God's in charge. And if you're happy, well, let everybody know it. Let everybody know that, boy, this is a really good day. They may not know such a thing. They may never have had one. And you could be the first and only person that ever shares that with them. And then it gets to this last part, which is sobering, I think. Are any of you sick? You should call for the elders, and they will pray over you. And the prayer of faith will bring healing. I don't know why we don't think that God heals as our first thought. Now, granted, God may use doctors and nurses and medicine. He may use somebody's knowledge and skills for an operation. That's fine with me. It doesn't matter how you get healed. The fact that you get it is what's important to me. But at the same time, it says to call on the elders, they'll anoint you with oil, and the prayer of faith will make you well. You know, the elders have a job in the church. Part of their job is to pray for the sick. Now, I know in our modern world, we've separated the spiritual world from the physical world. And I was told many, many times in seminary, when you go to visit in the hospital, don't ask God to heal somebody. It brings up a sense of false expectations. But you know, I've prayed for a lot of people to be healed. I've seen a lot of them get healed. I've seen some of them, many of them, not get healed. But I've never, ever had anybody who felt like my praying for healing was setting them up for failure. You see, my job, according to this, I'm an elder, I'm a pastor, I'm one of the leaders. My job is to pray for healing. It's not my job to heal, that's God's. And how he does his part has nothing to do with my part. I'm called to pray. And I don't, of course, I don't pray if I don't know about it. You know, I don't read minds any more than you do, any more than anybody else in the church. So if you're sick, ask for prayer. Ask for an anointing with oil. I know a lot of churches don't do that, but a lot of churches do. And I really don't care what anybody else does or doesn't do in that regard. I know what I do and what I would do. And so when I say at the end of each of these devotionals, if you have a need or something we can help you with, let us know. I really mean that. Let us know. We can't promise to fix everything. We're not even sure we can fix anything, but we can at least try. And so if you're sick, ask an elder to come and pray for you. And pray yourself too. I mean, it's not limited just to those elder folks. Well, these are things that we've talked about during the week that James summarizes here on how to live. I hope they've been helpful. If you have a concern or a need, give us a call. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can. Thank you for your time this week. Thank you for listening. God bless you. And I'll talk to you again.